Good morning, guys. How is everyone this morning? Hopefully you guys are good. I have a couple things I want to talk about this morning, and I figured that I could just put them all into one video. I've done this a few times. It seems to work out. Just things that don't need their own video. So hopefully you guys are good with that. I have videos coming soon, trying to stay really consistent for you guys. I need to get my sunglasses adjusted. I had these adjusted and I feel like she made them a little too tight because it's hurting. And my sunglasses never do that, so I feel like she just made them a little too snug. That's what's going on this morning. It's going to be really warm here today, so what I would like to do is be able to leave work right on time, come straight home, and let Axel have some good time outside. I love spring, especially, if you guys live in a place where you have all four seasons, you'll know exactly what I mean. When that warmth comes into the air, it's just like such a mood booster. Things feel so much better when it's starting to get a little warm out. Vegetation is starting to grow again. The leaves are on the trees. Just feels a lot better, First thing I want to talk about is Brittany Dawn. So Brittany Dawn put on her Instagram story that she was going to be praying for the haters. And look, I get it, and I try, and I hope I do a decent job at this. I try to not be super tough on these influencers. I feel like we all have opinions about them and the ridiculous things that they say and do. But I try to not, be a crazy, asshole about it. Someone like Brittany Dawn, though, she really pushes my buttons for a couple of different reasons. Y'all know how I am with animals. I am a massive animal lover. I am an animal advocate. I do not like people who mistreat animals, ignore their responsibility as pet owners. If you're going to own a pet, don't do it half-assed. Just don't. Having a pet can be such a fulfilling thing. And I don't even want to say a thing because it's so much deeper than that. But for Brittany Dawn to completely just fuck off her responsibility as a pet owner and everything that happened with Brody, and then more so for that to happen, and then her just it's like she acts like Brody was never a topic, and this just happened a few months ago. It's not like it happened 4 years ago. People are still, going on and on about it. What it feels like to me is it feels like she addressed it because she felt like she had to, because of the type of content that she makes. Obviously, if she didn't say anything, people are going to be asking questions. Where's Brody? Why hasn't he been in your Instagram stories? Why hasn't he been around? What's going on? I think, and obviously this is only a conspiracy, if she felt like she could have gotten away with not talking about Brody, I feel like she would have. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like that's something that she might have tried doing. As far as her posting on Instagram about haters, I've said this before. I know for a fact that every influencer has a few haters. People who literally, there's nothing the influencer can do right. It doesn't matter how much time has passed. It doesn't matter what they say or what they don't say. Some people have just decided that they hate you. So I know that those people exist, but to pay attention to it and say, I'm going to pray for the haters. The problem with that is that people like Brittany Dawn or Nikki Phillippi, even like Without a Crystal Ball, these people have people that don't like them for valid reasons. It's not someone who has been historically unproblematic, and there are just people that decide that they don't like these individuals for silly reason. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of someone who has been historically unproblematic. Kendall Rae. Kendall Rae comes to mind because she does true crime. She does good stuff with her platform. She's an advocate for these, victims' families. I think that unless there is something that I don't know about, historically she's been unproblematic and used her platform for good. Now, if people were coming out of the woodwork and hating on Kendall Rae, that would probably just be something where they just don't like her. Because if you look at her history, there's really nothing to call out or be upset about, at least that I know of. But with people like Brittany Dawn and these other influencers, to have so little logic and so little self-awareness that you can't understand why people are upset. And we haven't even talked about the fact that Brittany Dawn is a scammer. So we have a scammer who is an irresponsible pet owner and now acts like the pet wasn't even part of her life. And thirdly, we have someone who has exploited their own faith. She's used it to cast away opinions and, public viewpoints based on actual events that happened. And the sort of part B to her utilizing her faith is attaching a sales price to it. And I've said before, if you want to lean on your faith, I know for a fact that faith is very, very important to a lot of people, and their faith helps get them through really hard times, really good times, and all the times in between. That is fantastic. But as soon as you say, well, I'm going to sell you a ticket so that I can preach to you, that's where I see a lot of Christian influencers going specifically. I think of Brittany Dawn. I think of even someone like Sadie Robertson. Like, I haven't talked about her on my channel, but she's another one selling tickets to people to come and listen to you preach or give these motivational talks. Feels scammy and gross to me. So that was the thing with Brittany Dawn. Now let's move on to Love Meg. Love Meg always knows how to just keep digging her hole deeper, doesn't she? What Love Meg did yesterday on Instagram was she announced that she had time blocked 4 hours for her to work during the day. So in between 11 and 3, she was going to work, and then she was going to take her ass to the pool, and then she came back and she was in her pajamas by 7:30. What a life to live. What a fucking life to live. And that's not coming from a place of like jealousy. That's just coming from a place of, wow, it must be nice. Like, how do you expect anyone to relate with you when you have time blocked 4 hours to work and then you go to the pool and you're in your pajamas by 7:30? That is not relatable to pretty much anyone unless you're a fellow influencer. And even then, that's possibly not even relatable to them. But either way, she decides to give one of these pep talks that she's been doing on her Instagram stories. And she wanted to talk about this movie that she watched with her kids. I'm pretty sure it was Peter Rabbit 2 or something. I'll put it on the screen. It doesn't really matter. It was a child's movie. And Meg wanted to utilize this movie as a conversation starter to say, money is not bad. And that's one of the messages she got from the movie that she didn't like. And she didn't want her kids to watch this movie again because money is not bad. People are bad or good when they get money.
So it is like 7:40 and I am getting ready for bed. I've actually been in my pajamas since we got home from the pool because I took a bath and then I'm like, do I get dressed? Do I put pajamas on? So I put pajamas on and then we watched Peter Rabbit 2. Have you guys seen that yet? I did not like it. I'm not a fan. And normally, like, I don't hate movies, you know? I'm like, it's just a movie, like, whatever, like, might not watch it again. That one, I did not even care for the message of it. It's something that I never want my kids to be around, and that is, like, money is bad, basically. And it's like, no, people are good or bad. Money does not make you good or bad. And I don't know, it was just like the woman B in the movie, which is like the mom of the rabbit. Anyway, the rabbit's human mom, she got this book deal and she was, of course, away from the family more. She's being a working mom, but there's a whole message of like, it's taking you away from your family and this isn't who you are and all of that, even though like she isn't doing anything wrong. Like she just got a new car and stuff like that. But it's like this whole narrative of her making money and being a boss babe essentially is bad because it's taking her away from the family. But it's like, she's still with those rabbits. She still cares about those rabbits. This is so stupid. Because I'm like, this is just a movie, and this is why I normally don't like, I'm like, whatever, it's just a movie. But this one, I'm like, we are not watching that one again.
There's so many problems with this. First of all, money can absolutely change people. Money can do really crazy things to people. And y'all already know I'm a true crime lover. I have seen so many true crime documentaries, court cases, podcasts, YouTube videos, so many different cases. And if you look at the common reasons why people kill, it is either for a financial reason or love. Love and money absolutely make people do crazy things. And in my opinion, someone who's willing to kill their spouse or their family member or their friend or even a stranger for financial gain, whether that financial gain is $5 or $5 million, someone who can do that they were not always a bad person, but because of the possible financial gain that they could make, the money motivated them into doing something that a bad person would do, like injure or kill someone. So this whole idea that people are good or bad and money has nothing to do with whether someone is good or bad, I think that Meg should, I don't really care if she does, but she should definitely revisit that analogy, because people are absolutely able to do really, really crazy things when they think that they can gain money out of it. Now, as far as, true crime not being in the picture, with a lot of YouTubers or influencers specifically, we have seen money change people. Even though a lot of the things that happen on social media are not illegal, I would say that the same philosophy can spill over onto someone's social media presence, where they are willing to do things that they might not have done before in order to continue making money or try to make more money than they were before. You know, we've seen parents exploit their children. We've seen people scam their subscribers and followers. We have seen people do all kinds of sketchy business classes when they're not qualified to give this kind of advice out. You know, these business, finance, social media superstar classes. These people are not qualified to, give this advice out. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they are going to do this because they can make money doing so. And I don't know about you guys, but I would say putting out a scam to your subscribers, that is what I would consider bad behavior. Scamming people is not something that is good. It's not something that is honorable. Because of the movie that she watched, she was also talking about mom guilt. And I always think it's interesting when influencers want to talk about mom guilt, because now granted, I'm not going to talk about this in detail because I'm not a mom. I can share an opinion on it, but just keep in mind, I know that I'm not a mom, but I can still have an opinion about this stuff. As far as the mom guilt and influencers go, I realize that, if you're at home and you're doing all this stuff, things get crazy and there might be some guilt associated with running an online presence and also making sure that you're there for your kids. But when I think of mom guilt and I think of the people that someone like Brianna K or Love Meg is talking to, I think of their subscribers that are actually facing mom guilt. So to hear an influencer talk about mom guilt, that's where I just feel like it becomes this unfair kind of like public service announcement that, lady, like, what are you talking about? You get to stay home. And even if you are running a social media presence, you're still at home. You're still able to be in the home right after having a child. You're still able to be in the home when 98% of the followers of these mommy vloggers were sent back to work as soon as their maternity leave was up. So I just find it kind of comical for them to sit there and be like, oh, mom guilt this and mom guilt that. And, these influencers, they have it made so well. It is insane to me. Like, the life that these influencers lead is something that such a small amount of people will ever even have a taste of being able to live the life that they're living. But I do think that we're going to continue to see Love Meg do these little Instagram rants that she's been doing. She's obviously still heavily advertising her lovemeg.video site, and someone left me a comment the other day and said, well, what's the difference between what Meg is doing and other YouTubers doing Patreon? And the biggest issue that I personally have, and I can't say that it's like this for everyone, but the issue that I have with the lovemeg.video idea is that Meg is not putting different content behind a paywall. It has nothing to do with her being demonetized because of the type of content that she wants to share. It's the same boring bullshit that she could put on YouTube. And secondly, what she's doing is she's kind of punishing her longtime subscribers by putting this other content behind a paywall. What most YouTubers do with Patreon is they will say, okay, I'm going to put, this different type of content that would be demonetized on my Patreon, but my upload schedule is going to be the same on YouTube. So the people that are on YouTube don't feel like they're being gypped for any content. If they want the extra content, then it's behind a paywall. It's literally extra content that can't go on YouTube. It's literally extra content that they can either pay for or they cannot pay for. So it's pretty much up to the subscriber if they want access to this extra content. They're not being cheated out of anything, and the upload schedule is not changing. So either way, guys, those are my thoughts on Love Meg and Brittany Dawn. Same shit, different day. That's just the way that it is with these influencers, but I did want to share my thoughts. So either way, hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.